Hello everyone, welcome to yet another interesting video. The way to better future is not through coding, but it is through better prompting. So in this video, we'll try to understand how we can convert a simple prompt into a better prompt and all. So if you're someone who is interested in learning AI, who is interested in using a better prompting, then this channel is specifically for you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So let us get started without wasting much time, and we'll see what are the important things that we need to consider while giving a prompt. So what is a perfect prompt structure? Right. So what are the things that we need to consider when you're giving a prompt? So I'm going to walk you through simple and example. So like say, I'm telling it explain what is AI. So it is a very basic thing that we can ask to any AI. Like say you're giving it to ChatGPT. But here is where everyone fail or most of the agents today fail. So you have to be very clear about the goal. So that is the first step in identifying or defining a prompt. Okay, be clear what you need. So instead, if I tell explain, AI, this is a very small or basic statement. But instead of that, I can give it a better prompt in something like this: explain AI in simple terms for beginners in 100 words. So like you have to give that a context. So like always define what you want, who it is for, and what should be the output depth. So when you give that, it will think in that way. See, AI is smart, but based on the prompt that you are giving, it will decide whether it will give a smart answer or a dumb answer. So always have rules defined around your prompt, so that when you're giving a prompt, it gives you an effective answer. So for that, first step is being clear about the goal. Second is give it a context. Okay, because it has to understand what you're trying to tell. Okay, it cannot read your mind. So you're simply telling write an email. What is this email for? Why are you writing? Now, what is the purpose of the email? you know like say in your professional life, maybe you want to reply. So you can give that email and you can tell that I want to reply to this email in a specific word. So can you suggest me? Then it will give you in that format. So write a professional email to a client apologizing for the delay in the project delivery. So here you are defining the context, right? You're defining the context of what you want. So it will understand and it will give you a reply in that format, right? So what are we doing here? Here we are giving it a situation. We are giving it a background. Like we want to tell that project is apologizing for the delay in the project delivery, and what is our intent. So then it will give you a better result. Okay, so this is a basic prompt. This is a better prompt. So two steps we have learned. One is identifying, or giving it a clear goal. Second is giving it a context. Now, what is the third thing that we can all add? So this is specifying the output format. So this is very game changer, right? So sometimes we might want it in a paragraph format. Sometimes we want it in a bullet points, or we only need titles. So all of this, if at all you are specifying, you get a better result, right? So I give me in a bullet points, or create a table, or give me in step by step format. You are asking ChatGPT to explain what is AI. Tell that explain me what is AI in simpler terms, or for beginners in 100 words, in step by step format. In step by step format. Now, when you give that, it will give you a very defined answer, after reading which you will be able to understand what is AI. So that is how we have to evolve around this prompting engineering. Okay, so that is the third important point, right? So what is the fourth thing that we can do? So if you use this is again a pro tip that you can always use in your prompting. So if you give this, your automatically the output of your prompt will increase by 2x. What is that? Assigning it a role. This is where majority of us don't use. So if you tell that, think that you are an expert in analyst. You think that you are a Tableau expert. Think that you are an industry expert. Something like that. You are giving it a role to identify. So it will think from that. perspective, act as a senior data analyst, acts as a YouTube growth expert, or act as a hedge fund trader. So these are all the roles that you are trying to tell or consider whenever it is giving us an answer. Now here in this case, if you say, consider yourself as an AI expert or AI trader and explain me what is AI in terms of like for a beginner who can understand. So then it will give you in a very basic English, or it will give you examples that you can relate. So that is fourth point. Assigning role is very important. Okay. So this is how that changes how the answer will come. Okay. So next is adding constraints. Constraints. Why do we need to add constraints? What is constraint? If I say constraint means what? Rules, right? So it you because AI itself is very vast, right? So if you give a small word, it will give you tons and tons of results. So it has a lot of data to bring you the results. So we have to define the rules. You have to give it a proper context. You have to be very precise. Like, okay, keep it under 100 words. Use simple English, no technical jargon, which means what? You are limiting the output format. You are giving it away. Okay, you go in this way only. Use this format only. Give me in this only. So which means what? A better precision, a better result, right? So this is something that we always need to consider whenever we are giving a prompt, right? So we said we have to be clear about the goal, right? We have to clear about the context. We have to assign it a role. We have to add constraints, right? This is something that we want to always add. And what is the other thing we want to tell? The output format, right? Next is iterate. Okay. So like I said, without the constraints, if you are giving, your output will become very generic. Okay, this is something that you always need to remember. Now, practice around this. Okay, try to implement. Now, after you get the result, try to iterate. Don't expect perfection in the one try, because it gives a response in the format that it knows. Okay, that output might you know be necessary for us, or some of it might not be important for us. Now you have to use follow up on that. Like, say, earlier there were days when you had any questions or you were stuck in the project, you used to reach out to your colleague to solve that, or ask doubt or clarify doubt. Right now you have to interact with these AI models to keep that conversation going on, to keep that conversation active, like make it more engaging, simplify this, or add examples. So once you get an output of whatever you are asking, try to ask more questions to that. Okay, can you simplify this for me? Or can you give me an easier examples, or simplify it in like this? So when you give that, it will make it even more easy or effective for you to understand. So that is how you have to evolve. Next is this is called few short prompting. Okay, so here is an example of tone I want. Paste it. Look. So the perfect prompt contains this important points. One, role, right? Second is context, and then task, format, and a constraint. These are something that you always need to give whenever you are giving a prompt. Okay, so I hope you have taken up something from here. Now we'll see example. Now suppose, even if at all you want to make it even more advanced, like, okay, so you're giving, maybe this will more effective in the real time. You want it to give something in the format that you want. So always give some examples, like, say, my current dashboard looks like this, uh, and I want to be something like this, whatever. So when you give that them an example, it will try to read that example. Okay, when you paste some examples, it will read and it will try to analyze, and it will give you a better answer. That is how you can evolve around that. Okay, so we'll see few more examples here, real time. Suppose, what is the first example I've taken? SQL optimization. Maybe I'm simply giving it an example. Optimize this SQL query, and I'll paste it, the SQL query that I have. Okay, so that is a normal prompt. Okay, right, which very basic normal prompt that most of us might have given a number of times to the AI agents that we are using. But how can we improvise this? Now we can improve this prompt using the concepts that we have learned. So what is the first thing that I'm giving? I'm giving it a role, right? Like I said, or like we learned in the previous video, first you have to give the role. What is the role? Consider yourself as a senior software engineer working at a top driven company like this and specializing in Snowflake query optimization. So I'm giving it a role, like, you consider that, you are in this role. Then what is the context? I'm giving it a context so that it understands what is happening. Context: working on a Snowflake data warehouse, handling 100 billion rows. Right now, it will remember, go step by step. Right, so it will read this, it will read this. Now, what is the task? So we have given a role, we have given the context that it has to work, and then task. What is the task? Optimize the given SQL query for performance and cost efficiency. Now then it will try to understand what is the constraints. I'm giving it, okay, avoid full database scans or table scans, minimize joins, and use clustering and indexing strategies. So automatically it will try to read the query and the constraints that you have specified or the rows that you have specified. Basing on that, it will try to analyze and give you a better answer. So this is how you have to use or improvise your prompting. Okay, so we'll see next example. Okay, so next is like maybe Python example I've taken. Normal prompt, what will this, fix this Python code, and you'll simply paste it. Right. So, it will try to debug. It will still give you the answer. I'm not telling you it will not give you the answer. It does. Okay. But how can we improve? Same like say, like, okay, improved prompt is like role. Okay, we can give again context. Consider yourself as a senior software working at a large scale. Context: what script is part of a data pipeline failing intermittently in production, or you can tell what is the error you are getting. Then what is the task? Identify bugs, fix errors, and improve code readability. And then it does what it has to do. Okay, constraints: maintain existing logic, improve readability, and handle edge cases. So everything we are trying to do, it gives. Next is generated test cases. Normal prompt we give is generated test cases. Simple. Okay, for whatever the document that you submit, based on that it will create. Now, what is the improved format we can give? Again, role I'm giving, context I'm giving, task I'm giving, constraint I'm giving, and what is the format, right? So what is the output format? I need a test case ID, test case scenario description, condition, not steps. I'm already giving everything that I need. Then in that case, the output that you get would be a more refined one. So this is something that we need to take care of, whenever you are giving prompt. Okay, I hope you have learned something from this. If it does, don't forget to share your valuable feedback in the comment section. See you in the next video, and till then, bye bye and have a good day.